Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So there were 5 goddesses, if you remember, from that kitchen magic that we all did together when I baked the brownies, and 5 goddesses stepped forward during that process. There was Cordelia, who told me to go outside and touch grass, because if you remember, I was in kind of a tightened place, kind of a frenzied sort of a place. She told me go outside and touch grass, which I totally did. I just really laid on some videos on my other channel, on my gardening channel, and really got into my plants and insects over there and got way down in the roots and had a good time with that. So I was definitely very happy to meet that goddess. And then there was White Tara, and she told me to unplug from bad relationships and relationships that make me feel not what I should be feeling, and that it was okay to unplug from those relationships and take a step back. But in doing so, you should never become negative. Don't let negativity beget negativity. Negativity should always beget something positive. And so that's when I learned to raise my bar of compassion towards humans, and we talked about that. Aphrodite stepped forward and told me to release my inner goddess, which is what I'm doing now with these videos on this channel. This channel's become more active, or I've become more active on the channel, and I'm getting much more into stop everything else I was doing and take more time for my practice. And in doing so, releasing my magic and my inner strengths and powers, I am releasing my inner goddess. And then there was the Butterfly Maiden, who yesterday I was all tense and nervous as all get out, because I was transforming like a butterfly from just being here and running Claiborne from the center to stretching out and managing an Airbnb next door. And I was so nervous about that and about meeting Butterfly Maiden. And we did that ritual yesterday, and I feel much better today. For some reason, I was able to completely figure out the website, and I lost all of my self-doubt. I went back over there, I took down all the photos that I had taken in a hurry, and I completely redid new photos, and I arranged them differently, and I described things differently, and I felt like I had the Butterfly Maiden guiding me along this whole process, saying, yeah, that picture looks good, or that angle looks good, or write this, or you know, don't forget to mention this. And I did, and I rearranged it. And then I want to say that within 20 minutes of doing that, I got my first booking at my little Airbnb over there. And I couldn't be happier. And so I feel like now Abundantia has finally stepped forward, and she's ready to enter my life, and I'm definitely ready to meet her. So if you remember, that was the 5th goddess, was Abundantia. She is a Roman personification of abundance. She's often pictured with a cornucopia, and you are to leave items out for her. She's a nighttime goddess, so you are to leave items out for her overnight, and she will stop by your home. If she's pleased with the offering, then it is said that she spills out offerings, coins, and abundance from her cornucopia for you. So I'm definitely ready to meet and work with this goddess. So in trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to approach this goddess, I had the idea of water. When I read the description, and in almost every description about Abundantia, it talks about her pouring out abundance. And so I thought pouring out water from a vessel would mimic that action, and I could just imagine, and I can bring about, and I can invoke abundance pouring out onto me. So I thought, wow, I'm gonna find me a vessel. Now this $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree. $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. So that's where I got this. And then I want to charge things by the moon with this goddess. I just want to. You know how sometimes you use the power, you know, the lunar energies, and you use different moons, like waning moon to push something away, and the waxing moon to bring something for you, and then the full moon is lets you see these things come to fruition. So I definitely want to use the energies, the lunar energies with this goddess. So I thought, wow, I really want something to set out offerings for her at night. And then hopefully she'll be pleased with the offerings, and she will in return pour out abundance. So I want to use things like crystals, just like this one happens to be a smoky quartz. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Man-made, but look at the glitter and the sparkle in that. It's beautiful, mesmerizing. Pyrite. These are just rocks I found in my driveway. Like, I don't live that far from a rock quarry, and when they bring us rock for our driveway and our projects, it's probably 5% of it is got pyrite mixed in. So I just collect pyrite right from my driveway. Crystals are known to amplify because they're like Hecate. It's open, you know, there's always a crossroads. With crystals, it's the same thing. You amplify with that. There's no predetermined destination with a crystal. It just simply amplifies. And then little coins. These are coins and little charms that I have picked up at different functions that me and my partner go to on occasion. Just different little charms. And I thought, why not just polish those up and set them out for Abundantia? So I'm going to set things out under the full moon, or, you know, it depends on what we're working on exactly, but normally under a waxing or a full moon with Abundantia. And I thought, since this ritual knife was so ornate, I thought that this one would be beautiful to dedicate to rituals with her. I don't use it very often just because it is so ornate, and you normally see me use my other little knife, but I thought I could dedicate just one ritualistic dagger to Abundantia and the rituals that I do with her. And then as far as music goes, I instantly grabbed tambourine. Actually, I think I would prefer bells for my wrists. And since I'm going to a Renfest this season, I might actually look for bells. I don't normally look for anything. Things just have a way of finding me. I would say 85% of my crystals and stones and charms and things have come to me from other people that I have met along my journey. I rarely go out and look for things unless I'm going to a local cave and then they sell gemstones and crystals, but I have to know how they were farmed before I actually purchase them. And there is one local cave not far from me that's pretty famous, and they have a whole wall dedicated to what purchasing their crystals helps support and exactly where their crystals come from. And you even get to meet some of the crystal farmers, not in person, but through photographs and stories and whatnot. So I think that place is beautiful, and I believe in supporting them. But like I was saying, for an instrument for her, I really think I'm going to use my tambourine, at least until I get bells on my wrist, or I may just integrate both. So I'm going to ritualistically cleanse this little vessel from the Dollar Tree, and this is going to be some of the water that I charge under the full moon, and then I can simply pour it out ritualistically the next morning into my reflection pool here. And I've decided to dedicate this reflection pool to Abundantia. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm very excited about the Airbnb taking off so quickly. I'm excited about all 5 of these goddess energies coming into my life, and I'm super duper excited that I have a platform here where I can share some of these amazing ideas and stories and rituals with you. All right, guys, many, many blessings, love and light.